After establishing themselves as national championship contenders last year, Miami is hoping that incoming transfer quarterback Darian Mensah can help them win their first national title since 2001. Mensah has bounced around college football, but has led his teams to back-to-back 9-win seasons over the last 2 years for Tulane and Duke, respectively. During those 2 years, Mensah showed off his arm talent and put up some legit numbers, throwing for nearly 6,700 yards with 56 passing touchdowns and just 12 interceptions. Now, Mensah has a chance to take an even bigger leap forward on a Miami offense that features a bulldozer of a running back in Mark Fletcher and one of the best receivers in the country in true sophomore Malachi Toney. All eyes are on Mensah and whether or not he can take the Hurricanes to the national championship. So let's dive into a few of his games from this past season with the Blue Devils to show you the kind of quarterback he is in today's episode of Best Available. Thank you for watching today's episode. Make sure that you're subscribed on YouTube if you're not already, and give us a follow on socials at BestAvailableYT. And as always, a huge thank you to our members who continue to support the channel, including our newest member, Trey Sargent. Really appreciate you coming and supporting the channel. It's just $2.99 a month to support us. On top of just generally supporting Best Available, you are getting full access to my 2027 NFL Draft Big Board as it's being filled out in real time. So a really great way to start following along with the draft as I am. You'll get all of my notes, grades, rankings, all of that. So be sure to check that out. Link in the description. But let's go ahead and dive into Darian Mensah, someone that I had not gotten to when we did our quarterback rankings that now I'm wishing I did. I had watched Mensah in passing, watching a few Duke games last year, but ultimately, after watching this film, I came away much more impressed with him. He really does have a lot of NFL caliber traits. I mean, he's 6'3", 205, not a super athlete, but definitely, good enough, solid enough. And you'll see that here on this play, but just really a slinger of the football, man. Like really, loose upper body, really quick throwing motion, can throw from different angles. So let's dive into it. We're going to start here just with some pocket presence. We're going to just kind of read how the pass rush is playing out right now. We got this 4-man rush. We've got Brandon Cleveland, who was I believe, drafted player. If not UDFA, I was a fan of his. But we're just kind of watching him. And then we're watching this delayed blitz. It was almost a spy that number one's going to get in on this play. So Mensah's going to start feeling that rush. And suddenly we have two rushers going one way. We've got Cleveland winning his point of attack with that outside shoulder clean and here. So Mensah feels that. I got to give him credit. Gets in that drop, has a pretty wide pocket to work with. And the second that he feels that spy start creeping into that same gap, he's like, oh, that's a free rusher. He's going this way. Let me redirect and extend. And then what I love here, a lot of quarterbacks, even the guys that aren't the most mobile, are probably just going to try and take down and get 3 or 4 yards, right? But Mensah's always keeping his eyes downfield, even when he escapes the pocket. Now, he is rolling to his left. It's a bit of a trickier throw, but really comfortable throwing motion here. Nice strike on a comeback. We move the chains. That's really all you need to do. And just if you watch in full, just nice reaction time against the pressure. Here, steps back, gets to the top of the drop back, feels that rush, then goes, and then just gets that ball out, moves the sticks. Hey, man, it may not be an explosive play, but we're moving the sticks on it. That's really all we want. And I just really appreciate here just responding to that rusher and then going. And then keeping those eyes downfield. Nice play to start. This ends up being a completion, but this is one of my critiques I have on Mensah, is that there are times he can definitely rush through his reads and not worry about his mechanics. And, it is a completion here, but I just don't love what we're about to see. So we're scanning. He's got a pretty clean pocket. No need to rush this, but he's going to see, an opening on this receiver on this side of the field. And you're just going to see him quickly react. All he does is turn his head. You can see his toes and his shoulders are pointed right at this guy, right? Look at how his base is pointed, right? Instead, he just turns his head and is trying to throw this way. And mechanically, I just do not like that. Like, suddenly he has to, really try and lean into the throw, and that tends to drop your shoulder. That impacts accuracy as well. All of that leads to, hey, slightly off target. I got to give him credit. Getting able to complete a pass from that angle is impressive, but I don't like it when it's a clean pocket. You got to get those, shoulders and feet flipped here. He has all of the arm talent in the world, so we're seeing that on this play, but I just don't like the throwing, like that, because that can also get you in trouble when you're looking that late and not being able to get your hips and shoulders flipped. You could be looking so quickly and getting that ball out. You might be throwing into trouble and not even realize it. Good on that receiver. I think that's Barkate, who is also transferring to Miami. I think it is. But just I want to see this cleaned up a little bit, because I feel like that can get you in more trouble. Yes, he has the arm talent to do it, but get those feet and shoulders pointed. It's just, to me, this was an ugly one, even if it was a completion. This isn't so much a Mensah play, but I wanted to show it because it is really fun. We've got an unbalanced formation. We got 0 on this side, and we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 on this side. And this concept is what's going to get open. We're going to run almost a fake bubble screen. We're going to run 2 posts here, and we're going to run a wheel here, and it's going to go to the wheel route. So we're going to see initially, because of this fake bubble, we're going to have some drop defenders, trying to play that. Then we've got 2 deep defenders, safety off screen, that are going to follow the posts. And that's going to set us up for success on this wheel route. So you can see initial steps are breaking down towards that screen. And then we've got, I think, corner here, safety here. They're going to follow these posts. So as they follow those, suddenly we're going to be one-on-one here with the tight end on the wheel route. So Mensah's reading, these deep defenders. Are they reacting to these posts? And as soon as he reads, okay, they are, they're carrying them this way, he's stepping up in the pocket, eyes downfield. Tight end has half a step on his defender, and he's going to step into that throw and launch it. This defender falls over. Nice job by this one to recover and start working towards the tight end. But, we just throw it up there, high point it, nice catch. As far as the quarterback stuff, he does throw this with the right kind of timing, in my opinion. But more so, I just wanted to show it because I do like this unbalanced 4x0 fake bubble, double post wheel. Really fun concept to get a touchdown. I'm not going to dive a ton into this one, but I did want to show Mensah's throwing motion in the RPO game. Really appealing stuff, because we're just going to throw a quick RPO screen to here. So we've just got a blocker here. He's going to catch it and read off that block. But this has got to be quick when you read it, right? Because you're trying to sell the run. You typically got to flip your hips and throw that ball. And if you're throwing from an awkward arm angle, typically when I watch a guy do that, they're not throwing with enough zip. But watch Mensah here, how quickly he can get this ball out from an awkward angle. Opens up, just quick strike. And not only does he, get that ball out quickly, what I'm impressed with is that he leads the receiver with some zip so that he can get it at full, start gaining speed before he even gets the ball. That really matters in the RPO game, man. Like, every 10th of a second counts in the RPO game. And when you have a quick release like this one, man, that's going to take you far and make you a much more effective quarterback in that part of the game. Now, RPOs aren't as heavily used if you're looking at this from a draft evaluation standpoint, but that release does excite me, especially quick passes, things like that, or having to get the ball out quickly. That's where I get intrigued by watching a play like this. I really like the way Mensah throws a deep ball. I don't know if the numbers, like, he wasn't terrifically accurate, but he can push the ball vertically, has the arm strength and the placement at times that I really like from an NFL caliber quarterback. And here we're going to see a deep shot where, yes, just a heads up, this guy's going to be wide ass open. But what I appreciate is the ability to get this ball out quickly and rush his delivery. So we're going to run the play fake, and then suddenly we're going to have a rusher, on him that's going to get free around the running back. So instead of just stepping in and just throwing how he usually does, watch how he has to speed this process up. He doesn't really get to step into that ball, but it's so on target. It's not a bucket shot. He is throwing that with velocity. It's just hard to throw with this kind of velocity when you have a rusher, barreling down on you. And to not be able to fully step up into that throw and deliver with this kind of accuracy, barely breaking stride, hitting him, in the chest, that can be hard when you're facing a free rusher. So to be able to, rush his own process to get that ball out is just the kind of arm talent he has. Is that release. We saw it in the RPO game this last play, and then we can see it on the deep shots. He can really get the ball out very quickly. And, if you're wondering why that matters, think of Tim Tebow back in the day, right? Everyone's criticizing his elongated throwing motion, and it just didn't translate to the NFL because of how hard it is to throw in windows. And when you can throw way more quickly, it makes your job a lot easier trying to throw into split-second windows. Moving on to the Clemson game, we got a couple of big boy NFL throws here. A lot of NFL teams nowadays really want a quarterback that can attack the middle of the field. It's one of the big discourses surrounding Jalen Hurts and the Philadelphia Eagles right now. He was a guy that loved the moon ball with A.J. Brown. They bring in Eli Stowers and Mekhi Lemon as middle of the field options, and Sean Mannion, who comes from Green Bay. And like, listen, you're going to need to start throwing around the middle of the field a whole lot more. So a lot of teams want these guys that are comfortable in that. And Mensah is tall enough to do so, has the arm talent, and can understand windows. I thought the Clemson game has a good couple examples of him just hitting middle of the field dig routes. So we're going to step up in here. We've got this hook here from the tight end that's going to hold this linebacker and create a throwing window behind him. So Mensah sees that. He's stepping up. He's throwing there. Tight window with the cornerback draped all over him. So he's got to lead the receiver a little bit. Where only the receiver can get it. That's just a nice job. Got to be comfortable hitting these in rhythm. Got to understand where those windows are. He does a nice job reading, okay, that linebacker being held by my tight end on that hitch route right there. And then stepping, just love how he steps in that pocket too. He's feeling some pressure around the edges, keeps his eyes downfield, stays tall, and then just rips that. Love a guy that can hit the middle of the field dig. You got to be comfortable with it, especially if you're going to be a legit NFL prospect. We've got another dig here. This one's going to be against a bit more pressure. He's going to start feeling the pressure on this one. We see some rushers that are trying to win inside. He can't step up as much as he would like to because of this defender right here. Or if he, drifts here, you've got two edges this way. So it doesn't really have, a lot of time to get this ball out, knowing this dig's coming across the formation. Still works on setting his feet. He's got them pointed where he wants to throw. He's trying to lead the receiver right here. He wants to actually throw kind of at the ref, which he does a nice job of, but stays calm, stays tall, sets the feet, follows through on that with pressure barreling down on him. And I don't think the placement could be much better. Ref's got to duck a little bit right in the hands. Leads the dig beautifully. Because if you throw one of those behind, man, that's how you get the pick. That's just where a lot of bad things happen. And then let the tight end do the rest. Nice. I really like this one. Back-to-back digs I'm showing just because, again, these are such important plays at the NFL level. Got to be able to hit them even against pressure. Set those feet. Rip it. That one looked like it required a little more torque in his upper body, getting, the shoulders turned, using his core to deliver with velocity. I think he does, man. He can really deliver with zip, even from, these slightly more awkward angles. Such a great job here of reading the safeties and understanding what to do against it. We've got what looks like a pretty traditional cover two look, right? Two high safeties, corners playing slightly off, likely covering the flat. But we're gonna, invert here on the boundary side, the short side of the field. This safety's gonna crawl down, be middle of the field, and then we're gonna play deep cover two with this corner. I can't draw circles with this pen very well. I apologize, but the concept should make sense. Instead of deep half here and flat here for this corner, we're just gonna invert it. So deep half here, middle of the field here. That's the plan. Mensah reads it beautifully because we're going to have a route go right up the seam here. You can see, this slot receiver get inside, start working inside and then just break towards the middle of the field. And Mensah reads it beautifully. You can see him climb the pocket, launch that ball. It's already out in the air right here. Just watch this placement, man. Leads the receiver beautifully. The safety has no shot, because he's so worried about stepping down into the middle of the field, almost like the cover two, the Tampa 2 dropper roll almost, or more of a robber. Oh man! And then he reads it so well, understands. Hey, these deep half guys are so wide here. The middle of the field is wide open, and the ball placement cannot be better on it. So not only is he reading it effectively, he has that arm talent on the deep shots that he can just hit guys in stride. I'm such a fan of this play and how confidently he reads it and throws it. All three of the throws we're showing in this Clemson game are just big boy throws, honestly. Moving on to the ACC championship game against Virginia, you're going to see Mensah in a tight window here. Because of the quick release that he has, he can really fit that ball into tight windows. There's got a play action rollout to the right here. We're going to have a receiver or the tight end leak across the formation, and you can see that ball. If you just watch again how tight that window is, how quickly he has to get that ball out. So you can see the tight end right here. Watch him go out in this route, and look, he's got a defender outside and inside of him. And that couldn't be much of a tighter window. Let's move to the end zone angle so you can actually see how quickly he gets the ball out, and hopefully you can see a bit more of that window. A little harder to see, but I'll try and stop it as well as I can. Play action here. Clap, roll out. Let me move the screen all the way as far over as I can. Quick release. Barely fits it between those two guys. I, again, know it's a little harder to see. That's why I wanted to show both angles of it. But I love the release here. So play action on the move. How quickly he gets that ball out and fits that window. It's that tight release again. I really like how quickly he can get the ball out. NFL teams are going to love it. Typically, when I see a quick release, I see a lot shorter quarterbacks that are successful have one. But when you're 6'3" and you can get the ball out like this, man, that is pretty enticing for me, because I know he can see, not only can see over defenders, but he can get the ball out quickly to find those windows quickly. I love the deep ball placement for Mensah. Again, I know the numbers don't say it, but from the game odds I watched, I know this guy can throw it deep, and I imagine with better weapons like Malachi Toney, it's really going to stand out. We're just going to catch this corner flat-footed and off coverage and throw a bucket shot. He reads the pressure, sees the corner, still not opening up his hips and trying to carry this vertically. So Mensah's like, bet, I'll step up into this pocket and just throw it with some touch. That safety, man, still has not opened up. And suddenly we've got full speed, getting outside of him towards the sideline. Corner's just completely fooled by, and the placement here. Could it be better placement near the sideline, man? Holy crap. I'll show it, in one motion. So the guy that keeps commenting, he clicks it. I'm sorry, it's a bad habit of mine. I'm trying to break down games. Also, we can get into a little bit of trouble sometimes when we just show unedited footage. So if you're watching this one, hopefully that gives you a little more context of why I'm always starting and stopping plays. I'll try and roll this one in full for you, though. The flat-footed step up bucket shot. Gorgeous, man. The placement's just gorgeous. I don't know. I'm wondering if he's just reading the corner's hips here. I don't know if he's intentionally reading that cornerback is flat-footed. Let's see it as the time he throws. So let me see. I'll pause it as he's stepping up to. I guess if I can't see it, but it doesn't look like he's fully opened his hips and turns to carry vertically, and maybe he's waited, still waited to drop or break down on something. But he's confident in it, and when you can throw it with that kind of placement, why wouldn't you be? Got to be able to look off safeties at any level of football, honestly. And I think Mensah does a great job of that here. We're going to, go out here. Watch where Mensah's looking initially. He's going to be looking to the left, really holding this safety, preventing him from breaking towards the sideline. He's trying to stay on his drop down the hash. Mensah's trying to not show or give away anything of where he's going. And then as soon as he turns, he's ready to throw that and say, go. And then that holds the safety long enough. He's suddenly having to recover. Never going to get there. Oh my gosh, the placement on these deep shots, man. Right there in the bucket. Safety's never going to be able to catch up to it. One more time. Just watch the safety have to react as well. Trying to stay home. He's even drifting this way. He's even drifting this direction because of Mensah's eyes, which gives us even more time to get this throw out. And just love the way he leads this receivers deep, man. It's so beautiful. I could watch him throw a deep ball all day. I know, again, the numbers don't say he's a good deep ball thrower. I disagree, because he can not only throw in stride like this. It doesn't have to be, a big lob shot. He can really throw these with zip and trajectory. Really fun play. Being able to hold the safety like this, eye manipulation, then turn and throw the ball. That's why this is a completion, because if he's looking at that fade the whole time, that safety's getting over there. I wouldn't say off-script ability is Mensah's calling card, but there is a little bit of that in him, and this is a good example of it. Again, solid to good, but not like elite dual threat athlete, but he can move around in the pocket a little bit. Good example here. Feeling that pressure, going to spin out of it right here. After he spins out of it, feels that pressure coming with a free rusher, cuts back, follows his blockers, outruns another rusher, keeps his eyes downfield, sees the open receiver, gets it out. Bobble a little bit, we get a catch. Just playing some background football sometimes. And yeah, don't want that to be the norm for your quarterback, but when he has the ability to do some of this stuff, man, it can really help in especially high leverage situations. I mean, Caleb Williams in the NFL, man, he really had a great year because of his off-script playmaking ability. Like I said, don't want to lean on it, but when you can do stuff like this and play like it's in the background or backyard and avoid a couple sacks, 1, 2, three different likely sacks and then get a ball out for, a successful play. You'll take that, man. Moving on to the Frosted Flakes Bowl against Arizona State. And I don't know what the safety's doing here. I think his job is to step up, but we're leaving a receiver deep, and Mensah's going to feel it and just rip this ball out. So that safety steps up, and this slot's just like, cool, I'm going to get outside leverage and just go, go, go. And Mensah's going to feel it, see that safety still stepping down, and then just launch this ball 40 yards in the air, perfectly in stride. Hits him right on the money. Again, I keep saying it. I don't care what the advanced metrics are telling me about his deep ball. I'm looking at it with my eyes, and I'm telling you, this guy can throw the deep ball. And this is a great example of it. I love his ability to step up into a pocket, open up his chest, get big, throw that, and the placement, man, can just be really in stride. If this is slightly off target, yeah, it's a big play, but it's not a touchdown. He's allowing the receiver to keep going at full stride, at full speed, and get that ball underneath and take off for a touchdown. Huge play. Not sure what the play call is and why that safety is just sitting there, because it allows the slot to beat his defender in man and get over the top of the defense. Just a great ball from Mensah. Duke's had so much success over the season with these slot fades that they know that Arizona State's going to be prepped for them, so they're going to turn this fade into a post, and Mensah's going to see it perfectly. So as we roll this, we're going to get going. We had that double mugged look. They back out into coverage. Mensah is going to have a pretty clean pocket and step into it. And the second we go from fade to post and cross this safety's face, he's getting ready to launch it. And boy, does he, because he separates from the defenders. You can see the receiver puts his eyes up. He's trying to track the ball in the sun, and it helped. He ends up making a catch out of it. Now, it's not a touchdown, but still generated the explosive because of it. Just made me laugh. It's like, I get it, man. It's hard to catch a football in the sun. But I just like the anticipation on that like fade post to get that with anticipation, because if he's a little late on this throw as well, we've got that backside safety that is recovering to the shot as well. And he just, the anticipation, leading, getting to hit the receiver in stride again, really showing off that arm talent for a 6'3" guy. Can really get that ball out. I'll show the end zone angle as well. Just a good example of, his ability to step into a pocket and rip that ball in stride. You can see there, hand up from the receiver, like, I can't see the ball. Shade from the sun, ends up catching it because of it. Just, man, great play all around. Last one of the day, just to show off more of that arm talent. This time we're getting absolutely clobbered. We are ending on an incompletion, but just an example of the ball placement Mensah can provide while getting, just destroyed right here. He's stepping in, keeping his eyes downfield. There's multiple guys barreling down on him. He's just getting that ball out. And, the receiver stops running the route. This one is on target. The corner almost makes a play on it too, because the receiver's not paying attention. If the receiver pays attention, he's probably at least making a play on this football. But I just wanted to show it. I love the toughness here, because you can see he is staying ready. He's knowing he's going to take a shot here, but he's staying tall, following through on that pass. I just really appreciate the toughness there. Still try and get a ball out in this circumstances. Fun player, man. Mensah definitely has legit tools, like quick release, legit arm, can throw it deep, can hit the middle of the field, and has enough athletic ability that he can extend plays with his legs and maneuver in the pocket. That all tells me I'm very, excited about this guy as a prospect. And I think we're actually going to get, our truest version of him at Miami, because there's so much legit talent around him, and he's going to be facing really good competition. We're going to get a much more clear, full picture of what Mensah is as a prospect. But Miami fans, regardless, should be really excited. This feels like a clear upgrade over Carson Beck, and I can't wait to see what the future holds for this Miami team. A lot of fun players on this roster, so that's going to do it for us today. Apologies for not having this video on Monday. We had some travel issues getting home on Sunday night. So we will be back on Thursday. I'm still figuring out what kind of video I want to do, but we'll be back at it, get back in full swing, because it's August, which means football's back. We got preseason starting on Thursday. I just can't wait. It's going to be a really fun day. So I really appreciate you watching today. Hope you have a great rest of your night, and take care.